everybody. Welcome back to Dogpit Jam 12. The odds are good. The live stream, Block 5. We are returning. We've gone through every single game submitted to the jam. But since today is the day of tabletops and other non-software games, we're actually going to go back to a game that was submitted to Cultivation Jam, Bloodshed and Cultivation, because we started on a campaign which DH had made, but we didn't finish it. So since we've gathered the whole gang again to play these games, we're going to see if we can get farther and see it through. So I'm going to pull up the relevant stuff here. So bear with me. I've got a PDF and I've got a character sheet. And yeah, thank you, DH, for pasting the link in for anybody who wants to grab that PDF and look at that themselves. I believe that the game is, it's based on Lasers and Feelings, which is like a, how would you call it in tabletop RPGs? It's not, you wouldn't say open source, right? But it's like the kind of thing where you've got free license to copy it. I'm remembering the term of art there.
Yeah, it's like a system, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got that pulled up. So, DH, you wanna give a recap on last time on Bloodshed and Cultivation, where we were at with our heroes and everything?
Sure. Well, welcome back to the dragon called Kiki. Everybody lives on Kiki's back, and Kiki, the dragon, is massive. There's entire towns and fields along the dragon's back. But our crew here, having just fixed up their mech suits, went to the head of the dragon to have communion and figure out what the source of some quakes have been on the dragon recently. And the dragon granted communion to the crew and said, "I have stings on the wings." It's the only information that the team was able to divine from the dragon.
If my memory is correct, we had come up with an idea to investigate both wings at the same time by splitting up and two of us going one way and one going the other way. I just don't remember what split we decided on.
Yeah,
Another crucial... Oh, sorry. I just want to say real quick, another crucial bit of information. Nobody else has been allowed to go up to the head of the dragon recently, and that was on the mayor's orders.
Yes. And let's see. As I recall, yes, Binkley and Butts are both artificers. So we've got our cool mech suits. So we've been taking Boba with us. So what I can't remember is I believe we have to Boba has to hitch a ride with one of us. I can't remember who Boba was going with.
I don't remember either. Also, I seem to have my own mecha suit, but it's just malfunctioning.
I think everyone's got a malfunctioning mecha suit except for Binkley.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe okay,
in that case, I think Binkley, maybe I was going by myself there because I have the speed increased mecha suit.
I see. Okay. So Boba doesn't have to hitch a ride. Boba has their own mech suit. Okay, got it. So, if we were splitting up, who was going where?
So right now you have the left wing and the right wing to check out. A split up among the wings.
Have we checked off the R wing?
All right. So who's going left? Who's going right?
Like I said, I'll take the left.
All right, then
I'll take the left as well, if possible.
All right. So Butts will go to the right, staking out on their own.
Or maybe it would make sense for Binkley to go alone and us to go together because Binkley has the mecha suit that is not malfunctioning.
Yeah, with the higher speed.
Oh, but mine also has
I'll come right with you as well.
If you would like me to help either help decide or more complicate things, I can tell you what the locations are at each of the wings.
Okay, yeah, let's
over at the left wing, you have the barracks for the nominal military that's on the back of Kiki, and over on the right wing you have a cargo platform, and that's a trading platform to trade between the dragons that are in this world.
I see. Let's see. Well,
Well,
Boba...
I'm up for going to a cargo platform.
I see. I'm trying to rack my brains about what we probably decided what we were doing. Well, sure. Well, my mecha suit also has a speed increase.
Yeah, I'm heading over to that armory, I guess, since it's on the left side.
All right. Then I will go to the cargo platform on the right side.
All right, and Hempuli, you're going to the cargo platform as well?
Yeah.
All right. Well, when everybody reaches the upper back of the dragon, Binkley heads off towards the left wing to the barracks, and Butts and Booba both head off to the right. Now, because we're splitting off the party, I'm going to go ahead and handle one party member first, and that's going to be Binkley, who headed off to the left wing. Binkley is flying over the treetops and eventually arrives at the barracks. It's a pretty modest barracks for the nominal military that is on the back of Kiki, since there is not much warfare at this time. Binkley, you land down in front of the barracks, and there's a couple soldiers in front that you can talk to.
They all kind of wave them down. Hello, good afternoon, which I've just decided it's the afternoon.
They come over and they say, hello, what can we do for you today?
We're investigating some issues with our dragon here.
They say, yeah, we've noticed the quakes too. What are you looking into that could be causing these?
The dragon tells us that there is a sting on the wing, and we aren't sure which one, and we aren't sure exactly what it's talking about. But group and I are investigating both ends to see what we can find.
Are you perhaps shooting at the wing here at the armory?
Yeah, right.
Well,
I guess I'll assume that the military is, living on the dragon. Since they are living on the dragon, they aren't generally doing stuff like that. Purposely hurting.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Sense.
Maybe right there, like, oh, the dragon doesn't feel it.
The military, the soldiers say that they don't know the cause, but now knowing that it's something on the wings, they're offering up to you one of their own mech suits. These aren't quite as fast as the one that you have, but they do have jet boosters, so if you want, you can go off the wing and take a look for yourself. Just kind of slowly fly over.
Yes, it might be a good idea to check out the underside and see what we can find. So I'll go ahead and park my mech somewhere off to the side, and then get into theirs, and I guess I'll start taking a look. I guess I'll fly off over the side, and then just start moving around the outside of the wing. How big is the wing, by the way? I assume like very, very large.
Massive. If you played one of the Xenoblade games, you have kind of an idea of how massive the living continents can be.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Well, so I'll fly up first. I want to just go up as high into the air as I can off the dragon in this mech, and see if anything looks out of the ordinary that might be worth investigating in that direction first.
Sure. So you fly up into the air above the barracks and start heading off. The barracks is located towards the front of the wings, towards the head, and you head off in that direction. And you're now looking down at the front of the wings, and you can kind of see like a slight like little dots glowing on the front of the wings, but they're very tiny. You can't see from the distance away from the wing that you are.
Hmm. Okay. So in our inventory here, I've got scrying supplies. I forget what I can do with those. I'm assuming that they're, like
That's a
most
long
things
distance
are.
communication.
Okay, so that's
And
okay.
what malfunctioning means is that if it would have been a cultivation roll, you do a bloodshed roll instead, and vice versa. So they still work. It just changes what your skill check is.
Okay. Well, first I guess I'll just start heading down towards those dots to see what I find there. I'm not sure how far away those are.
So you pull up right in front of the cliff face, and you can see those dots a lot closer now. And they seem to be moving pretty erratically. They're about, I'd say about an inch in diameter, and they look like to be little bugs.
Hmm. Okay. Can I catch one? Oh, do I happen to have among my farming tools? Do I have a net?
Um, I'm gonna say do a roll for that.
Okay. This is a D8. So
So it
pull up
seems like
the
that would
roll.
be a cultivation roll. So you'd want to get over 4. Is that inclusive or not inclusive? I'm looking over the rules to try to.
That's what I'm trying to work out.
So is it
Let's
4 or
see,
higher,
D8
or does
plus
it have to be
additional
5?
1D if you have an expertise, additional 1D if you have equipment that would help. If you're using bloodshed, you want to roll under your stat. If you're using cultivation, you want to roll over your stat. Oh, okay, I
Oh, I
see.
see. It's not inclusive because
Yeah, so it has to be over or under.
yeah, because we see 1, 2,
All right.
3. How well you
Which
do actually matters by how far above, right?
So you have a tool for catching it with your farming tools. We're gonna say you have a net, so that's gonna grant you an extra D8.
okay.
And I'm gonna say catching a bug is like farming. That's a cultivation thing, so you want to be able to roll over your cultivation stat.
Ah, but you got cursed farming tools.
Yes, I do have cursed farming tools.
Oh,
That
okay.
would
No,
be
I'm sorry. They're not malfunctioning. You're right. You're right. I was thinking about malfunctioning, which means you reverse it. But cursed just means you get -1 next time.
so because you do have the tools, but they're cursed. You lose a die for that.
Okay, so I just have the one.
Yes.
And let's see. That means so where is my cultivation stat? Because
It's
we all have a
harmony.
harmony.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just the one stat. Okay. All right, so I'm rolling. I have rolled a 6. If I use cultivation, I want to roll over my stat.
Mhm.
You succeed with only one complication.
Mm-hmm.
That has a little asterisk on it on the sheet. But I'm gonna say, honestly, with 2 above, it went fine. You caught
Oh,
one
okay. I
bug.
thought it was 2 as in like 2 dice above.
Actually,
So I
oh
think
no.
I got the one.
So yeah, in conflict resolution, the successes are based on how far away from the target number you rolled. So if it was a 0, like if you rolled a 4 on the dot, the action would have failed.
Mhm.
1 above would have been a barely success. 2 above is you succeed with 1 complication.
Oh, I see. Okay. So it's not the number of dice that succeeded, it is the total value of them.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, no, you're right. It is
I think it kind of sounded like
the
the
number of
Warhammer
dice.
thing.
It is the number of dice that succeed. You're right.
Okay, so it's like the Warhammer.
Apologies. It's been about a year since
Yeah, it is. So
we
like I
last
said,
ran this.
so it looks like okay, 1 you just barely succeed, but there are a few complications.
The bugs explode.
All right. So you rolled 1 die. You succeeded with 1 die.
Mhm.
So with your cursed farming tools, you take a net out and you swing it against the cliff face. You manage to catch a bug in the net, but the net handle breaks off right at where your hand is holding it. You do manage to catch the net part of the net with the bug inside, but unfortunately, you're not going to be reusing this net anytime soon.
Yeah, that's fine. It was cursed anyway.
Extremely cursed.
Cursed and now broken. All right, what kind of bug is it?
Well, right now it's a bug.
A glowy
It-
dragon pain causing bug.
It is a bug a round bug about 1 inch in diameter with a glowing blue back. And that's about all you can discern from this.
I wonder if Boba's
Of
nature
course-
magic might help with that.
Yeah, Boba is a tamer.
I will. I'm gonna try to use the. So I'll take the bug back up off, use the mech to get back up onto the wing. Holding onto the net with the bug, and I will use the scrying supplies to attempt to contact the rest of the group. I assume I need to use dice for that too. Let's see, scrying supplies malfunctioning.
Yes, this will be so this is going to be 2 dice because it's malfunctioning, and you have to get 4 or below now.
Okay. Okay, it's two dice. Do I lose one because it's? Oh no, because that was the first. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 dice, and I rolled 1 success out of 2.
What was the number that you rolled that was a success?
A 1. I rolled
It was
an
a 1.
8 and a 1.
Okay.
So what, you get butts on the scrying supplies?
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah, both Butts and Booba are hearing you fairly well over the scrying supplies.
All right. Come in, Butts and Boba.
Yo.
I found some strange glowy bugs on the underside of this wing over here.
Glowy
Have you
bugs,
run
huh?
antivirus?
I'm not sure what they are, and I'm kind of holding. I don't know if there's like a camera or something, but I'm holding up the bug to like the scrying thing.
Oh.
Is this thing on?
There is no camera. You can only communicate via voice, so you'll have to describe the bug to them.
Okay. It's round, about 1 inch, kind of big and gross, glowy blue butt.
Can I use this information to try to figure out the bug?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
And
well,
I'm going to say because you have expertise in the situation, you get an additional die to roll.
is that how many d6s I roll?
2 d8s.
2d8. Okay, just a moment.
Yep, and you'll have to get a 3 or better.
And I'm trying to look at what the rules are about, because I know sometimes someone can help somebody else, although I'm not sure if my character actually has any useful skills to help.
Right now, from what I'm seeing,
Oh, yeah. If your character wants to help someone else when rolling, say how
thinking-
you're trying to help and make a
I
roll
was
to
thinking
succeed.
that the fastest thing would actually be to get physical dice, but that is actually probably not the case. It might be
Well, we
actually
can-
faster to.
If you Google
Roll.
roll d8, then you'll get the Google dice roller.
Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah.
got pulled up.
Okay.
I can roll for you if you want, too.
Oh, okay. So that was actually the thing. So I get 12.
we're
total.
looking for the individual results.
6 and 6.
6 and 6. That's 2 successes.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
So Booba has identified this as a dragon mite.
Dragon
Oh
Mite.
no. Dragon mate.
Dragon mites are more of a nuisance than anything. They get all over dragons' wings and like ticks. They'll drink out the dragon blood. After a while, they get so big that they fall off, but they reproduce so fast they can become a problem fast.
Sounds
Problem
like our
in
dragon
what
needs a
sense?
bath.
All right, so you've successfully identified what is currently affecting the dragon.
Yeah. So it's
Now-
like can I say for sure that the pain is caused by these mites, or like very probably it's caused by these mites, or is there like a?
Yes, Booba recognizes that this is an infestation.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's like someone bought some mites with them in their
Well,
armory, and they have been spreading from there or something.
meanwhile, on the right side of the wing, since we've come to where like
Now,
sorry.
oh yeah, let's switch perspective over to the right wing, where Butts and Booba are still in mid-flight over to the cargo pad on the very end of the right wing.
Ah, shouldn't we have arrived by then? Since
The
Binkley
barrack-
was talking to the barracks people enough to get their mech suit and everything.
Yeah, I would say like by the time I'm contacting them is like just when they're arriving.
Yes.
I would think. And in the meantime, I will start heading back to the barracks to return the mech.
Cool.
So since we got the communique that it's dragon mites as we're arriving at the cargo pad, I imagine that what we'd want to do is to ascertain if the infestation was possibly sourced by like some sort of parasite hopping along on like an arriving cargo ship or not. Like, I wonder how we might go about to see if like, did it come from here? Because if it did come from here, that tells us something. But if we've got no reason to believe it came from some shipment, then that means something else, doesn't it?
Well, right now, both Butts and Booba are landing at the cargo pad.
All right.
And in front of you is a large platform with various crates and containers on it. And you can see one person here watching over everything. It's the cargo pad supervisor.
So how much do we know about dragon mites? Given that we live on a dragon, is that something like the average dragon denizen knows of as a possible vague thing, or is this a rare thing that maybe only a tamer would know about?
So as far as the history of Kiki the dragon, nobody is aware of any previous instances of dragon mites on Kiki, but they are aware that it is a potential threat.
Hmm. So
Is it something where people would know that that other dragon somewhere else had dragon mites? Like it's a thing that is known to happen.
Yes, it's known to happen, but it hasn't happened on Kiki the dragon in any recorded history.
are there any typical safeguards in place? Like, is there any inspection of incoming cargo?
Generally, there's an inspection performed.
Let's see. Well, we could start by asking one of the folks who works here their procedure for inspections, like how often they happen or if they've seen anything weird going on.
Well, while you're both in front of your mechs discussing, the cargo pad supervisor is just glancing over in you two's general direction, wondering what you're doing here with two mechs.
So,
I think Boba would definitely try to do the same that Binkley did and just explain that we have heard from the dragon that that it has pain on its wings and we are investigating.
yes. Who should we send to talk? Maybe the tamer would be better at explaining the situation and the gravity of it all.
Sure. Does Booba want to go strike up a conversation?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
All right. Booba goes and walks over to the cargo pad supervisor, and she says, "Well, hey, how can I help you all today?"
And Booba says that. So we are investigating some pain that the dragon has been feeling on their wings. I was wondering if there might be something that might ring a bell with this description. Like, is there something that you feel could explain the dragon having pain in their wings?
No, I'm not quite sure about that. Did you have anything in mind in particular that could be causing this?
Well, just a couple of minutes ago I didn't, but now I'm wondering, have you seen any dragon mites here? We heard that there might be a dragon mite infestation on the left wing, so it could be that the
Dragon
issue could
mites?
be the same in the here.
There definitely shouldn't be dragon mites coming through here. We inspect every cargo that comes through.
But perhaps if dragon mites have somehow made their way to the armory on the left wing, they could have spread from there here, even if there have been no issues with your inspections. I wonder if there, for example, would you know some place here that could lure in dragon mites in case those would be around?
Well, if
Or
they've,
like a
if they've
place
already made
that-
it out to the left wing,
That's
then
we are wondering if that could be a possibility.
this couldn't have been recent if they've already made it out that far.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the scale
Well,
of things.
Could we ask them, in their opinion, or perhaps we can have the melding of the mind since Boba's the tamer, about a spread of mites? If, just hypothetically, if they had been sourced from incoming cargo, how long could it have taken for them to spread that far? And then was there anything unusual going on with inspection that far back? Like perhaps, I don't know, some sort of festival day, everybody had the day off and cargo arrived and nobody inspected it. Anything like that?
Well, let me check our recent cargo imports and I'll see if I can find anything. And she goes into her shack to go check out recent cargo manifests. I'll give the DM one moment while I look up some notes.
Mhm. I demand
she-
content right now.
She comes back out of the little office for the cargo pad that she has. And she has one page of paper in her hand. And she states, so our last major cargo shipment came in from another dragon. And that was the one that the mayor's political opponent came in on as well.
Interesting.
Political sabotage. I say through the radio like I'm still connected.
Hey, no one said you turned the scrying tools off.
Conquering the worm, Dad says through speakerphone. Anyway.
Please.
Yes?
But she does say that's odd. We should have scheduled an inspection for it, but I don't see one being performed here.
And how long ago was that?
That was about a week ago.
That was about a week ago. Is that vessel still here?
The other dragon's long gone by now.
Oh, right. It was the dragon.
To give some world building, cargo transfers between dragons are essentially like a giant elevator. One dragon flies above the other, and the cargo is dropped down from one to another.
Ah. So that other dragon, and what was that dragon's name?
Not making it up on the spot, Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. So asking the DM, like, I guess we would know of other dragons just as someone would know about other cities and such. Have we heard of Cuckoo having any infestations or problems or instability or anything like that?
That is a very good question. You're not uh, people who don't usually travel between the dragons aren't usually as up on what happens on the other dragons. But there is somebody on Kiki the Dragon right now that would have insight into Cuckoo the Dragon. And that would be the mayor's opponent.
Yes. Refresh my memory, because I remember the mayor stumping. Have we seen the opponent, or whereabouts are they? I know we've heard about them before, but it's been a hot minute.
All political activities take place in the town square in the upper back.
Yes. Have we seen the political opponent before, or have we just heard of them? I'm trying to remember, because I know we've seen the mayor stumping.
You're aware of them. They've also been campaigning in the upper back's town square as well.
I vaguely remember it being kind of established backstory.
Yes, I do recall that. If they're from Cuckoo, what are they? Are they campaigning for the position of mayor?
Yes.
They are campaigning for Dragon Mites.
What are the implications of someone from a different dragon taking a leadership role on our dragon?
So while each dragon is kind of, as an analog, considered their own nation, it's not uncommon for people from one dragon to migrate to another.
I see.
Especially with political positions as well.
Does their opponent
is
typically live?
Is it general? Sorry.
Typically live on Kiki, and they got off Cuckoo because maybe they were like visiting family, or do they usually live on Cuckoo?
Possibly.
Oh, we don't know. I guess we have to talk to them.
And also, do we know kind of like, is it common for someone to be, for example, a mayor on multiple dragons at the same time? That sounds like a pretty big division of
generally, if you're a mayor of a dragon, you're pretty firmly situated there. You don't get much time to travel around to other dragons, at least.
All right. Well, it looks like. Well, let's see. And I suppose, is anyone else known to us? Like, I imagine being a human artificer must be a member of like the Artificer Guild or something and have some professional contacts. Don't suppose I know of anybody else from Cuckoo or who has been there recently, or do I? Or can I roll dice to figure this out?
I'm going to say that there's not too many people anyone on Kiki would know that are from Cuckoo. The only notable one would be the political opponent.
And I would ask Boba, since Boba knows what this is, being a tamer, if Boba has heard of... I want to know if Boba's heard of infestations and what the possible consequences of them are. Like, how much time do we have before we all, like, fall out of the sky and die? Or is it not that serious?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this might have to be information that the DM provides. I don't know, but I imagine that's what my character be asking Boba.
I'm going to say...
Yeah, and Boba asks his mind if I do know this.
So I'm going to go off the roll that you got before as a complete success that you know about this. Mm-hmm. And you know that a Dragonbite infestation unchecked will eventually make the dragon more lethargic and start to slowly fall out of the sky into the cloudy wastes below.
So that's bad.
This can be over a large amount of time, so you're not in a tight time constraint. However, it's easier to deal with a Dragonbite manifestation sooner than later.
Before we head out... Oh, sorry?
Makes sense. Just like... Sounds like lies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Before we head back to the center of town to reunite with Binkley, I want to see if there's a way for us to get a view of this wing to see if we can see the mite infestation for ourselves. Can my mech do that? I know I've got a mecha suit.
I am going to say that so you Butts's mech is set up for a speed increase. And just to make things interesting, I want to say that that's makes the mech not as suited for fine air movement as you might need.
Mm.
But Booba's is not modified as such. So it could potentially allow for finer mech movements.
Huh.
So
So Booba can try his hand at inspecting the right wing to see if there's anything.
Yeah, absolutely. That seems, especially with the tamer role, I guess like inspecting the wing seems like a natural thing for me to do. So, sure.
So let's see. Got the
Uh,
expertise, got the equipment, and I will contribute a dice. Since I'm an artificer, I will inspect the suit before he begins to make sure that it's totally like good to go.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Managed to look over the suit and adjust the timings in it so that it is way more stable in the air.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d8, and this would be a cultivation roll, I suppose. So I want to roll over my stat.
Gonna say 4 or greater,
4 or greater.
and that's gonna be 2 dice because it's a this is one of your skills.
Okay, I rolled a 1 and an 8. So 1 die to contribute.
I'm gonna
Right.
say that it's a success, and the Booba's mech suit has been stabilized against any drafts that might come along.
Do I edit it on the sheet or?
That just means you
Nah,
get
don't.
3 die now. Or I
Yes.
guess, does that
Okay.
contribute to a success, or does that give them another dice?
I'm going to say this is going to contribute to Booba being able to inspect the
Okay.
wing.
Cool. So then
Okay.
you just got to roll 2 more d8s then.
Yeah, so
So
3d8 3d8 for Booba's attempt.
Okay. Highest is 6, lowest is 4.
Abuba's harmony is 3, so actually both of those are above.
All the rolls are a success.
All right.
Yeah.
Succeed with no complications.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Booba
inspection.
takes the mech suit over the front of the right wing and looks down and sees blue glowing dots. But there's a lot of blue glowing dots on the front of this wing.
Oh no.
Like,
Okay.
So
And well,
would it be
I
safe
can
to
probably.
assume that the infestation probably originated here then?
gathering the information you got from Binkley,
Mhm.
this sounds like there's a lot more dots here. So it sounds
Mhm.
like that the
So
dragon
this
mite
could be the
infestation.
starting point.
Yes.
Yeah, we also know that means it's spread for sure, like pretty far already. If it's already all the way on the other wing.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
a very extreme
Yeah.
end.
Okay. So after the inspection, Boba wonders briefly, like, could I ease the pain of the dragon right now somehow, or is this something that requires like a team of I don't know, priests exercising the
Well, you do have nature
mites?
magic.
Yeah, basically, I'm wondering, like, can I do something right now, or is this something that I just need to report and let other people handle?
So
More resources.
your team could attempt to start removing the mites manually, but this will take a while.
Okay, I guess Boba will then assume that okay, I maybe don't have like it's. I'll use my time better if I leave now and report the findings, and someone else handles the cleanup, or maybe there can be something else that can be done with like more resources. So Boba gets back and tells Butts about the findings, and also asks kind of like, what would be the safe? Like, it's something seems fishy here. I wonder what is the safest place to report this to?
Yeah, it seems almost
Is
too
it the mayor?
convenient. Because I know the mayor sent us on this mission, but the mayor's also been acting kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit
I think we
curious
should
about that.
we should
We use
reunite
our
with
mecha magic to build a giant bug-killing mech.
I think we should reunite with
Bug spray
Binkley
mech.
and then decide what to do as a group.
Maybe we could
Well, the upper
tell
back is a
about
good
this.
midpoint.
Yes.
I'm heading back there already. I'll head back to the upper back.
Right.
So-
I guess we would be going there as well pretty soon, but we just mentioned that maybe we should by some means report this to the entire population instead of to like the leaders, so that people understand that there's a danger.
Is it possible we'll incite panic if we do that?
Yeah, we wanna sit on that for now as well before we know more, because it just seems all too convenient that the mayor's political opponent's arrival corresponds with the probable start of the mite infestation. If it seemed super obvious that the political opponent caused the infestation, that would guarantee the mayor's reelection. And if the mayor's actually like kind of shady, then that might not be a great thing. So,
Causing chaos would be totally would be totally fine for me, because I have a dream of opening a dojo and people would need more martial arts if there was more panic.
perhaps. Well, I know.
Panicking martial arts.
Butts-
Basically
Butts-
the pizza tower style.
Thinks
It's
we
like a
should,
drunken master, but instead about anxiety.
try to find out more before we go around shouting about it. Although it's interesting, if it's a very widespread infestation, nobody else seems to have noticed or know about it. Or is it
Generally,
only on
people
the
don't
wings?
notice unless they're looking at the front of the wings.
Okay, so the mites.
And
think-
there's only one vantage point on the dragon that would get a good look at both wings at the same time. And that'd be the head.
Oh. Well, at any rate, let's head
Mayor's
back.
definitely up to something.
Yeah, let's reunite with Binkley in town.
So everyone's mechs all take off at the same time from the left and right wings, converging on the upper back's town square. And you all land down right in the middle. It's a fairly average day today. And you can see the political opponent from Cuckoo has their own little booth set up in the town square, right next to where the mayor's events earlier in the day were taking place.
Butts wants to stroll up to the political opponent and ask them out for a drink later once they're done stumping. Do I need a roll for that? Or are they just down for joining me at the pub afterwards? Joining us at the pub afterwards.
They look a little surprised at the sudden invitation, but then they go, "You know what? I'm always glad to hear from potential future constituents. Would you like to just meet up now?"
Sure, yeah. Let's go to the pub around here.
I forget. Are we all like familiar enough to people that he would know who we are, or maybe he does and we don't know that? But yeah, like I guess would we expect for people to know who we are just at a glance?
I would say that he's not familiar with your crew.
So I guess we show up at a pub, get some beers, or where do we drink on the Dragon's Back? Dragon ales.
Yeah, dragon ales.
And I want to ask the political opponent. Well, sure, like you're not. I hear you're from Cuckoo. How long you been living here? Why? What inspires you to run for mayor?
Well, first, the political opponent goes, "Well, it's nice to meet you all. My name is Kaz. That's
Sup,
K-A-Z."
Kaz?
And he says, "I used to live here a long time ago, but in my youth, I moved off to Cuckoo the Dragon to go further myself a bit, learn some more life skills. But now I want to take those back to Kiki here and provide them to everybody else that lives on the back.
I see. Well, I've never lived on another dragon. What's it like living on Cuckoo? Is it different or is it the same?
I'm ashamed to say it. The food is a little better, but not by much. I can only get so much over there that I can get here.
So, one thing that has always been a bummer about living on Kiki is that Kiki is a sleepy dragon. That's Kiki's weakness. I've always wondered if the grass was greener on the other side. Was there anything about Cuckoo that wasn't so great?
Well, while it hasn't been as much of a problem on Kiki, Cuckoo did occasionally have Dragonmite flare-ups.
Oh yeah.
But the people of Cuckoo were able to resolve that every time that any time there was a flare-up.
Oh yeah. How did they do that?
Oh well, they have this medicine that's kind of made. It's a little weird. It's made from a combination of herbs and chicken bones.
Hmm.
But you just slather that on the mites and they fall right off.
Huh. You ever hear about that, Boba?
Have I?
Yeah, have you ever heard about that?
I ask my mind.
Boba will not exactly have heard of it, but it does make sense to Boba.
Okay, so it seems like a legit.
Chicken bones do solve a lot of problems.
That they do.
Yeah. So it
Herbs
sounds
and
like a
bones.
legit thing. It's not total.
It's not like an outright lie at the very least.
I see. That's very interesting. I think
Kaz does ask, why do you ask about that though?
Well, it's because I've been living here my whole life, and I get curious about what it's like to be some places. But they always say that the scales are greener on the other side. So I want to be grateful for what I have, and mindful,
And prepared.
Yeah.
Knowing how to deal with stuff we've never dealt with before.
Yeah. I'd also want to know, so you used to live here. I guess you got any old friends left, or do you know people? Like, heck, are you even pals with our current mayor?
Oh, I do have some family working the farms down on the lower back, but other than that, no.
Cool. Then shots.
Kaz appreciates the
thanks for the
extra
insight,
shot.
Mr. Kaz.
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, any of y'all have anything else you want to talk to Kaz about?
Where did you hide the bodies?
Yeah.
I guess Boba would just kind of ask about like has Cuckoo ever had issues with dragon mites?
Yeah, that's what they said. Kaz said yes sometimes.
Sorry.
Kaz says, well, if you mean more recently, there was one flare up about 2 weeks ago, but we handled that over on Cuckoo, and the cargo pad should have caught that during the transfer.
Mm-hmm. How do you even handle something like that? Like I've understood that when it gets really bad, there can be I don't know, like hundreds, thousands of them. How do you really do something about that?
Oh, we'll take a flying mech and with a hose attached, we'll just spray down the wings until all the mites are off.
That sounds like it's going to take quite a bit of work if the infestation gets bad, or has gotten bad.
Depending on the spray nozzle you've got, it can go pretty quick.
That's a relief.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that's interesting. As a tamer, I'm very concerned about the hygiene and well-being of dragons. So thank you for the information. Have a nice day. Boba is ready to leave.
Yes, you can.
Same. I'm already imagining what kind of. So we've got mech magic. I wonder if we can mech magic our mechs into having giant spray nozzles.
Yeah. Yes, let's reconvene at our workshop to speak in private about what we've learned. Because it's almost starting to seem like it might have been an innocent accident. What do we think,
Yeah,
gang?
maybe just shipping issues.
Yeah. Although it's weird that the mayor doesn't want people to talk to the dragon. That's one thing I can't square with that. Otherwise, I'd say, well, case closed.
I will say, the mayor doesn't want anyone to go up to the dragon, and this one shipment, coincidentally, did not get inspected.
Yes. That's the one square I can't circle here.
Well, in the meantime, all three of you hop into your mechs and start heading down to the workshops on the lower back.
So...
You got anything you'd like to say mid-transit? Any conversations? Have them now?
What was it he said? Chicken bones and
herbs.
I forget.
Herbs.
Imagine Boba, whatever it was, made Boba go like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So I suppose we could try to devise, well, it sounds like it's not too hard to spray it down. We could just like take care of it before it even like becomes a thing.
Yeah, thankfully.
I'm wondering if it really was just that one shipment that didn't get inspected. If they'd spread that far, they must have been for some time.
I will say, Butts and Boba do recall the cargo pad supervisor mentioning that it was very odd for any shipment to go uninspected.
Oh, so they don't have a record of it having been inspected? Because I thought they said they did inspect it, but actually
it was not inspected.
It was not inspected. Okay.
It was skipped over.
Oh, okay. So I misinterpreted that. Okay, so there is something fishy afoot. Do we know of, like, was there anything that day that would have stood out? Like, was it a festival day or a holiday, or was it a regular day?
The only thing of note would have been Kaz coming over from Cuckoo, along with a bunch of cargo, not all related to Kaz, other than a couple crates for personal items.
I think perhaps then we might want to split up, have Boba and one of the artificers work on like a spray nozzle to work on the mite infestation, and somebody else, or I don't know, we could all go to like try to figure out who was scheduled to be inspecting the cargo that day. Where were they?
That sounds good to me.
So Butts could head on back to the cargo zone, since I guess they'd be a familiar sight to the supervisor.
Sure thing.
Yep. I'll work on the nozzles. What can we do exactly with mech magic? I don't remember if we like decided that.
I suppose that might just like give you another dice to roll.
Yes, it adds one extra die.
Oh, I see. When rolling cultivation. Well, but that's when rolling cultivation versus bloodshed, but it's like pick one type of magic and a casting method. And so there's like combat magic, nature magic, monster magic, dragon, and mecha magic. And so what kind of things would qualify as mecha magic?
I will say if you use mech magic to design and produce a nozzle, that would be a cultivation magic roll.
Okay.
And also, your magic type is already ritual, so would that be an additional one die, or is that the same additional dice you just mentioned?
That would be the additional die I mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if it was mech magic combat, that would be like you're adding a gun onto your mech.
This is a gun, but for bug spray.
A nozzle that sprays bullets.
Now, I will say, next to the workshops is farms as well, which for Booba would be handy, as there would be a plenty supply of chicken bones and medicinal herbs.
So, well, should I start working on the nozzle, or instead get to the chicken bones?
I think I'll start working on the. I'll do the magic to start working on the nozzle.
Okay, well, then I guess I can leave that for you and do something else.
You've got your uncursed farming tools, so you can maybe or nature magic stuff.
Yeah, I can farm
Cleanly
some
remove
chicken
all
bones.
the bones from the chickens.
Boneless chickens.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Butts is heading back over to the cargo platform.
Yep, we'll switch over to Butts now.
All
Butts
right.
arrives back over to the cargo pad, and the cargo pad supervisor waves at you and says, "Hey, welcome back."
All right. So I say hi to the cargo pad supervisor. And since they freely shared the curious information, I'm going to assume that they haven't been totally compromised. So I want to know, it's strange that the shipment wasn't inspected. Were y'all understaffed? Or was there staff there and somehow it didn't happen? Who was supposed to be inspecting that cargo?
She says, "You know what? Let me go double check my notes again." Heads back into her shack to ruffle through some more papers. And then she comes back out a moment later and says, "Well, it turns out we had that inspection wasn't performed by request.
Well, that's interesting.
That was a official decree that came down from the town center."
How are those relayed? Through scrying or through messengers?
Generally, a messenger is sent.
And is it like delivered verbally by the messenger, or is it like the messenger hands over an envelope that they haven't opened?
Verbally.
Okay.
But the supervisor made a note of that.
So the messenger came by and delivered the directive not to.
Yes.
And who was that directive from?
Well, it had the seal of the mayor's office on it.
But the messenger had the seal, but they also gave the message out loud?
Yeah, sorry. Yes. The messenger was from the mayor's office.
So they were bearing the seal of the mayor.
Yes.
And this is the typical means by which these things are communicated?
Yes.
And so there's no inspection on the mayor's orders. And who was this message delivered to? Like just you, or was it like given to the whole team?
This would have been given to the whole team.
Okay, now hear this kind of proclamation.
Yes.
I see. How big is the team?
Just the supervisor and 3 to 4 cargo loaders, unloaders at the same time.
I see. Did he catch the name of that messenger?
No.
How many messengers does the mayor have? Is it just like the one that is known to be the herald of the messenger, or do they have like a bunch?
Generally a bunch. Can't recall seeing the same one twice.
But all that matters is that they bear the seal of the mayor.
Oh, they did have the seal of the mayor on them.
What is the seal of the mayor anyway? Is that like a ring?
It's like a little pin they wear on like the top of the chest.
I see. Is it like brass or something? Precious? Is it? I don't know. What is it? Diamond?
Yeah, we'll say it's a brass coin with a diamond in the middle.
Okay. So it's not something anybody could just like forge
Correct.
if they need a diamond. Trying to think. Okay. So we know, or it seems apparent that the how so when imagine it requires a lot of coordination to have a dragon delivering shipments. Do these happen regularly? Like you knew that the dragon was going to show up that day?
Yeah, they did show up shortly before the dragon was to arrive. The dragon cargo transfers are pretty intermittent. We don't regularly schedule them. They tend to be on demand as dragons show up and depart.
Was it a surprise that the dragon appeared? Was it surprise that Cuckoo docked with y'all, or
Uh,
you?
No, that was a scheduled arrival.
Oh, okay. So you knew you were
in
anticipating the
advance.
arrival of Cuckoo.
Yes.
I see. Okay. So I think Butts, having a lead, will now head back on their speedy mecha suit to the center of town. To the workshop of Binkley to check up on how the nozzle's going.
Right on.
And when I arrive, I will tell them all I've learned, and the upshot is, yes, it appears to have been the mayor. The mayor's messenger told them not to inspect the incoming cargo from Cuckoo.
So there's a possibility that it's the messenger themselves that are spreading around these, don't inspect stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a motive, but we can't rule out the fact that it's not the mayor, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, should I roll, by the way, for the nozzle stuff?
Yes. Roll for the nozzle.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm adding the nozzle, or using the mecha magic. I'm adding 1 for the cultivation roll. Am I adding anything else?
I'll roll to see if I can help since I'm an artificer. Or wait, no, we would have been doing it while I was gone, so I can't.
Yeah, they would have been doing it while you were gone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say you get 1 for using magic. You get 1 because you have expertise with this as an artificer, and then you get an additional 1 for just the base cultivation roll. So that'd be 3 dice.
Okay. All right. Rolling now. What was my stat? Right, was the threshold. So I've got
you need a 4 or above on each of your d8s.
I've got a 7, an 8, and a 3. So
that's 2 successes. It sounds like you're able to design and produce several nozzles that could be retrofitted to any number of mechs. You have an additional supply past the 3 that you would need for your team's mechs.
Okay. I'll hold on to the extra 1, I guess.
Yeah. As for Booba, Booba's been off collecting all the ingredients needed for the special medicinal salve to get rid of the mites. Of course, that would all need to be combined together, and that would need a skill roll to make sure that the salve can be created. Is Booba there?
Sorry. Yep, I'm
we
here.
need you to roll.
How many dice?
Well, if you want to create the salve from the herbs and chicken bones using nature magic, that would grant you an additional die.
I assume like the nozzle work and such doesn't help me in this. This is just like a personal.
Yes, the nozzle work was performed by the artificer, and you'd be working on making the antidote. I don't want to say antidote. The medicine.
Anti-mite medicine or.
Yeah, anti-mite medicine. That's what you'll be working on with the chicken bones and herbs that you got from the farms.
Right. Was it 2?
I think you
Uh,
get 1, 2,
y-
3.
you have a base die. If you use nature magic, that'll be an added die. And because I don't know if tamer would count as that's animal taming. You know what?
Well,
I'm going to say it counts. You get an additional die, so that'll be 3 dice total.
okay. So I'm going to use my tamer knowledge and arrange the chicken bones in a like a ritual circle to get really good salve. So highest roll 7, lowest roll 2.
What were all of them?
What were all 3?
7, 6, 2. So 2
Okay.
successes, 1 fail.
Sounds good to me. You were able to haul back a large number of both herbs and chicken bones, and you were able to combine them together into a large vat of anti-mite cream. And that can be sprayed out via the nozzles that Binkley has created.
That's that's amazing, and I know exactly what it looks like. Just a moment, I'll post in the Discord channel what the salve actually looks like.
In my mind's eye, I kind of had like a Cool Ranch.
Yeah, giant tub of Cool Ranch.
That works too.
Yeah, it's mushroom ketchup.
Oh my goodness, I gotta pull this up for all to see. Okay, yes, it's on stream. That is the magic salve.
That's what's getting sprayed out of the mix.
Oh boy.
Very natural.
That looks like it's going to clog up the nozzles. We might need to thin that up a little bit with some
That's
water.
what the magic's for.
Oh yeah, true.
So
All right,
This-
so our current situation is everybody is down at the lower bank at the workshops. And all the mechs have been retrofitted for nozzles, and the anti-mite salve has been created.
Looking pretty good, although if someone is doing something shady here, us having the tools to kind of fix the situation might not be super long lasting, because there might be someone who wants to kind of re-cause the issue immediately afterwards.
what I want
Yeah, we think
to
we need
know.
to find out what the motivation exactly is. Like, I mean, it
Mhm.
sounds like, the most plausible thing is, set up so that the mites show up just when the opponent guy, when Kaz comes over, make it look like he brought them in.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's only one possibility. So
I
the
suppose
most
it's a
obvious would
small
be-
town. Do I know anybody who works for the mayor?
Well, you all know where the mayor works, and he's generally got an open door policy.
Yeah, but do I have any friends that's like his intern or something?
Oh no, you can just show up.
So I
what
got
are his poll numbers looking like? Does he have any reason to sabotage the election?
They're looking fairly good. Wouldn't call it a clincher, but still slightly positive for the current mayor.
I want to know who
All right.
delivered that message. But I don't know how to find that out.
I will say that the messengers on the mayor's messengers on Kiki are all they solely do is just deliver messages.
Well,
It would split us up again, but we could go and two of us go and spray the bugs on either wing.
What I want to
while
know.
the third person goes. And I mean, well, maybe it would be better if we all went to go talk to the mayor. But I don't know what to, So hey, are you purposely spreading, dragon mites?
That's the thing.
maybe we
is,
could find
Just
like
asking.
some
I
mite
don't-
eggs or something in the mayor's basement or something. Like maybe we could snoop around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to let the mayor know that we know it's
Oh.
mites. because then the mayor would ask us questions about what we know, and we'd be forced to lie or say that the mite arrival corresponds with the arrival of Kaz, which would, if the mayor were nefarious, give them quite some leverage.
To give an overview here, you do have evidence that the mayor has requested things occur that are less than savory, and you do already have the solution for the issue.
True.
We don't
Well,
have.
we could
We don't
could
have
just go
evidence.
talk to the mayor and offer to, like, hey, we found some mites and we're gonna go spray them now, and see what his reaction is.
Yeah, that's true.
We could also do the vigilante thing and spray the salve, and then also just go kill the mayor.
Wait, I've got an idea. What if we went to the mayor and we mentioned the mites, but if they ask us, like, the leading question of where did they come from, we'll say, we've definitely decided they've originated at the barracks, and see if they, like, fuck up and are like, wait, but shouldn't it be the cargo?
Oh yeah,
packet?
like try to
True,
trick
yeah.
the...
Or even
I
say
think
it's not
Boba-
mites, say it's some other thing.
Yeah, I think Boba would be interested in just like starting the spraying. So Boba suggests that we do like,
We
I don't
split
know,
up again.
split up. So I start the cleaning operation or the healing operation, and you
Mhm.
go
I know.
discuss this with the...
We can
Maybe
feel
we're
that my-
starting at the on the right wing, because that was the one that was more invested.
Yeah, I guess that would, especially if you're going to start like discuss the barracks with the mayor, it might make sense that we started the cleaning on the like opposite end.
Yeah, y'all could do that, and I could go try to
Okay.
talk to the mayor.
Right.
Sounds good.
I feel that my natural magic rituals wouldn't be very helpful in that. So.
All right, just to recap here, Binkley and Booba will be heading off to the left and right wings to spray them down, while Butts goes to meet with the mayor.
Yeah, I think we're probably just gonna both go to the right wing first.
Okay.
The
And then
more
you can give
infect-
helper dice to each other. Whose story are we telling first then?
Well, I'm going to say that if Binkley and Booba are off to go spray down the wings, we can resolve that right now. I'm going to allow a cultivation roll along with +1 die for having equipment with the mechs. And because you're both assisting each other, that's an additional die for helping each other out.
Okay.
And both Binkley and Booba will roll 3d8.
Okay. Rolling now. I've got 8, 6, 2, so I've got 2 successes.
All right. And what does Booba have?
Sorry, I have which stat?
3d8.
Oh, 3d8. 2, 5, 7.
All right, 2 successes for each of you. You are expertly spraying down. After your travel time over to the right wing, you start to spray down all the dragon mites, and as you're spraying, they're all delatching from the dragon and falling off into the abyss below, disappearing into the clouds. And with the spray nozzles, you're able to hit large swaths of them with ease.
Sweet.
So, you two will be occupied for a bit, spraying all the mites off of the dragon's right wing. So we can leave that note there and head on over to Butts.
All right.
And Butts is heading off to where now?
To talk to the mayor, to give them an update. Since it was the mayor who sent us to go speak to the dragon. Was it not?
Yeah, it's time to go meet with the mayor.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I suppose I go to the mayor's office and
Butts lands down in the town square, and you can see behind the earlier days event platforms is where the mayor's office is.
all right. So I'm going to go and as I go in, do I see anything unusual as I walk into the mayor's office?
It seems like what you would consider a fairly usual day in the mayor's office.
All
A
right.
couple aides doing paperwork off in the corner,
Is the mayor in
and
a... Oh, sorry.
and ahead of you is a open door through to which you can see the mayor's office itself.
All right. So I guess I stroll on in and say hello. Are they busy doing anything or talking to anybody? Or are they...
The mayor looks up to you and says, Butts,
The mayor is busy feeding some dragon mites.
Butts, how goes your investigation to the source of these quakes?
Well, it's crazy because, we went and we looked around and you wouldn't guess what we found. We found that the problem was on the wings.
The wings?
Yeah. So what we found was that the drills that were happening on the barracks were causing the dragon to have a rash.
A rash from the barracks?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
That is odd.
Yeah. I think it started about 3 weeks ago.
Huh. Do you know what drills that they were doing?
I don't. I don't. I'm not very well versed in combat. I wonder if I could roll a dice to see if I can successfully get the mayor to tell me something interesting.
I'm going to say that if you want to bullshit him, you can do a bloodshed roll. Because that seems pretty not nice to do.
And I guess the condition of success would be like they
4
tell
and
me something
below.
interesting. All right. A 4 and below. Since I am an artificer, perhaps I know of mechanical things, drills that they could potentially do what I'm talking about.
Yes, if you can work that into your little bluff there, I'll go ahead and give you an extra die.
All right. So let's see. This is a bloodshed roll. I want to roll under my stat. Is that 2 dice that I've got, or?
That will be 2d8.
All right. So I'm rolling my 2d8. Hey, there you go. I got a 2 and a 3.
Hey, that's 2 successes.
All right. So I
right,
successfully, yes.
So you do explain to the mayor that the barracks' recent use of mech suits has been causing pretty hard landings in the area. And that's been causing some seismic activity to the dragon's wings that could be interpreted as discomfort. And the mayor says, oh, well, I'll have to get them to halt these drills at once. So thank you very much for finding the cause of this issue.
That's something a liar would say.
Well, I don't know. They didn't ask me
Thanking
about anything
you,
else.
that is highly suspicious.
Just then, another quake starts up,
Oh.
and the entire office is shook around.
Uh-oh. Well, the fact that I succeeded in the role, but I didn't actually get any new information makes me think that it wasn't the mayor now. Makes me think we gotta investigate the messengers.
Perhaps a different tact with the mayor?
Well, I couldn't get them to
Just
incriminate
immediately go
themselves.
hostile, like, all right, I'm tired of your bullshit.
Well, we have no evidence.
He does look pretty relieved at you saying it was the barracks.
So they weren't trying to implicate their political opponent then.
Mm. Do we know if those mites are useful for anything besides, like, are they useful for anything other than being like the pest? Like, can they be? I don't know.
Purely
They
pests.
Okay.
they are an easy source of protein.
Yeah.
Did
Also true.
anybody other than Kaz arrive as a passenger on Cuckoo?
Just Kaz.
Why would they be relieved if they wanted to implicate Kaz? This suggests they didn't want to implicate Kaz. Well, and also, they didn't say anything that gave away that they were expecting it to be a mite problem. Which suggests, because of a 2-dice success, that...
Booba is not
Well, that was
participating.
that was a 2-dice success to bluff at the mayor.
Nice. I'm starting to wonder, as like a person who is not actually present right now, uh, whether like just asking directly would actually be the best course of action at this point.
Always
Like
worth a
maybe
shot.
there is no conspiracy actually, and it's just a misunderstanding. But well, I'm cleaning up the mites, so
Yeah.
Well...
You could maybe just like, oh, incidentally, we heard about some stuff that came in recently too, or we heard something weird about that kind of thing. Like, just relay that part, not specifically the mites. If you wanted to
Well, let's see. Well,
do it more
I could
detectively still.
tell the mayor. I learned something recently. I talked to Kaz, and turns out they're actually from here. Did you know that?
Oh yes, I swear I knew them a long time ago, but they've been gone off of Kiki for some time.
Oh yeah. How did you know them before?
Oh, just passing acquaintances.
Uh-huh. Well, I actually talked to them, and it was the damnedest thing when they came by. Apparently, the cargo dock was understaffed. Looks like
Understaffed.
Yeah. Nobody was like going around inspecting any of the cargo.
Well, that seems odd.
Oh, it does? You didn't hear about that?
Normally, our cargo staff is usually well equipped.
Yeah, is there do you know of anything that would like, were they doing any kind of special training that day? Have you heard about anything?
I'm not aware, but if they've been understaffed, I haven't received any messages about it. I could possibly contact them and see if they need extra staff to handle any inspections or anything.
Oh, yeah. It's too bad you didn't know that they didn't inspect that stuff. Let's see. So so the mayor is lying, but they seem to not know about mites. What are we to make of this? So,
did we ever find out what was in the
I
shipment that did not get inspected besides the mites?
I will say mites have not been brought up in the conversation yet.
I just figured, because I succeeded at bluffing, but my bluff didn't make them give up anything.
Yeah, and they seem pretty relieved that it was just military drills.
Well, I suppose I could ask them, what a relief that it's something that we can easily stop. Gosh, I was catastrophizing that, the dragon had dragon blight or something. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, if they were understaffed, how long ago did you say they were understaffed?
I just asked you what you thought the dragon had.
Well, you said that the cause was military drills, yes?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if the dragon has anything then.
Yeah, that was the question was, what did you think? What was your hypothesis of what the dragon had when you sent us out?
I wasn't sure what the dragon had when I sent you out. That's why I sent you out to investigate.
I see. Let's see. So the mayor was lying about something. What was the mayor lying about? How can we find that out? What do you think, gang?
It's hard to say. I guess might be worth just asking him, like, hey, so we heard about the understaffing thing, the like, hey, we don't inspect things that don't go to the head of the dragon. It's like all that stuff seems pretty weird. Do you know anything about that? Like that kind of thing.
Well, I
It's
did
like
ask if they knew about the inspection not happening, and they said they didn't know about the inspection not happening, which is what suggests they're lying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100% a lie.
Yeah.
I guess you could add like, hey, so Boba and Binkley are off there to inspect the. We looked at the wing under the barracks, but they're off to investigate the other side as well, and so they'll be back soon. With whatever they find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it would be a shame if they found something very incriminating.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Because I can apply. Well, I heard from Kaz that there was an inspection. As I did not mention that I actually went there. So yes, so I'm going to tell the mayor that they're having a look at that wing right now, and
Having a
wouldn't
look.
it be unfortunate if like that lack of inspection caused something to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Mayor starts looking a little concerned. He says, I guess that would be unfortunate. Why would your team be inspecting the wings?
Well, because the earthquakes.
But you said it was the barracks, so I'll go ahead and get that handled right away.
Well, I mean, I went to the barracks. I didn't go to the other side. That's where they're going. We're looking at the wings because the tamer told us to. He knows about dragons. I'm just an artificer. I don't know anything.
I'm sure there's nothing else on the wings that could be causing any issues.
How else? What else? Gang, how else do we make this guy sweat?
Getting pretty sweaty.
Yeah, like how much is he sweating right now? How many gallons per minute?
Lots of gallons.
Even 1 gallon would be like crap load.
Well, so it suggests that he wouldn't like it if there were mites, which suggests that he was not intentionally trying to cause mites, which means that if he called off the inspection, it was for some other reason.
Yeah, it's about like maybe he has just been skimping on precautions and has accidentally caused the infestation and is kind of like,
yeah, well, like
it was not an evil
fully
thing
possible. Like maybe he was just like, oh well, maybe we should just keep this quiet until after.
Yeah.
So the mites may be a red herring. Could be like maybe, I don't know, some dragon drugs.
Yeah,
that's why he didn't want the
there's
inspection.
Or he, I mean, but why would send someone to investigate it? It's like maybe knew about the mites and is just trying to keep it quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Generally,
we just had the parliamentary elections here in Finland, and there's already been some news that there's going to be cuts in the healthcare system immediately after the elections, but people were told not to talk about it during the elections. So it happens.
Because you'd think he would want the mites to be there to implicate his political opponent.
But maybe the mayor actually wasn't really even interested in that kind of dirty play, and it was just like,
yeah, he was just like, oh crap, I caused mites. Maybe
like just trying to hide it without realizing the chance to implicate the political opponent.
So there would be some other reason why they would have called
We
off the
invented a
inspection.
more complicated scheme than
Poor
the
Didingo.
guy actually had.
I will say he seems more worried that people are going to check the wings now.
I would say maybe ask him about the recent shipments. Like, hey, what were you expecting in recent shipments? Is there anything we should take a look at specifically, or that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's pretty alarming that there wasn't an inspection. Was there, hear about like fruits with diseases or whatever that could cause problems with the crops if you don't inspect them? Yeah, what were we actually getting there?
Well, if there wasn't an inspection, then I assume anything could have made it across, but I can't imagine what could have. And he's still profusely sweating.
So my assumption then is there was some sort of other contraband that he wanted to have. Either that or it wasn't him. We got to find the messenger. How many messengers do you have around here?
I have my trusted team. I only do what I ask.
Is it like one guy?
That's a couple.
That's a couple of guys. Who are you sending to go to the barracks to like tell him to stop doing those drills?
I will send one of my messengers right away.
Okay. Perhaps I want to use my speedy mech to intercept the messenger.
I will say
I'm going in the wrong
the
direction.
the mayor does get up from his chair, walks over to the office door and closes it.
Uh-oh.
And says, "Listen, you have your crew going to inspect the wings, right?
Yes, and they know that I'm here.
Then I might as well let you in now. They're going to find mites out there."
Uh-oh. How do you know that? Or what makes you say that?
Because that rat bastard from the other dragon wants to become mayor.
What does that have to do with that?
As you know, that other dragon is filled with mites. And of course, they would have brought him across. So I need you and your crew to keep quiet about it until after the election. And then we can handle it. Are we understood?
Well, so why not talk about it now and make sure that they don't get elected?
Because we can deal with those mites after the election.
It sounds to me then like our original interpretation was maybe the right one, that he purposely allowed the mites to get through uninspected.
Yes.
Hoping to implicate the other guy. We invented the exactly correct amount of complicated conspiracy.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
DM note. Sorry to railroad, but yes, that was the initial correct assumption.
You psyched yourselves out.
It's the D&D brain thing where you think of something and it's like, at first it's like, no, that's too complicated, and you should try to think of something else. And then another thing, it's like, wow, no, that's too simple. It's got to be something else. Like you never think you're right the first time.
Another DM note: if you had just mentioned the mites right off the bat, you would have gotten to this point.
But it's the
also a D&D thing.
We wanted to be sneaky.
Well, I was hoping he would mention the mites first. But, well, anyway, I don't even know what to do now. Well, they're spraying down the mites, so I guess it's not even going to be a problem by the time I get out there.
Good. Don't have them do anything with those mites.
All right,
I will have my own team clean them out shortly after the election occurs.
Okay. I tell him, yep, I got that. It makes total sense to me.
And he says, good. I appreciate your cooperation. He opens the door and says, you may have a pleasant day.
Sweet.
All right, you're back in the town square next to your mech. What would you like to do now?
Well, let's see. They're
Suddenly
spraying
a
down.
messenger mech shows up behind you.
Yeah, I wanna. We don't have proof. We need to have proof. So you got the messenger being sent out. So I want to ask the messenger if by chance they were the messenger who delivered the message to not inspect the cargo.
No, I'm sorry.
What
And
do you
then
know?
they go off to go deliver a message to the barracks to keep their rowdiness down.
All right.
So I'm going to say that Binkley and Booba have been making very good progress with clearing off the right wing.
Yeah, we have been making good progress while also kind of on a meta version of each other, discussing kind of what to do.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Butts is okay. Hasn't uncovered any serious conspiracies.
Yeah.
Again, no.
Okay, so are we done, or I guess there's quite a bit of space to cover, but
I'm going to say you're done, and if you want, you can move over to the left wing.
yep,
And-
absolutely. We want to check on Butts because like going to the mayor is kind of scary at the best
So
of times.
we can just head to the back, like the center of the wings, and most likely I assume Butts will meet us there. Oh, you know what? I'll try to use the scrying tools or maybe Boba, you should use your scrying tools because you have ones that aren't.
Well, if y'all are heading in, we probably just reconvene and suddenly y'all know everything. As if you were listening in.
True, yeah.
Sounds good.
So, let's see. Their mechs are modified. I guess are they going to go on over to the left wing?
I'm going to say because the left wing is not as infested, it can go a lot quicker if you two want to roll to see how your spray attempt goes over there. This will be just for seeing if you can go even faster at it now. So it'll be 3d8 for each of you.
Okay. Where is my dice roller? Here it is. 3d8. I rolled a 7, 6, and a 4.
Did you say a 4?
Yeah. So that's 3 successes, right?
Yeah, and a 4 on the dot. This says you get the exact number of your attribute, which means you have a clear idea of the problem and know what steps to take to solve it. So that's a perfect, along with 2
nice.
successes. How's Booba's 3d8?
3d8 is. I should stop closing the dice rolling website. 8, 1, 3. So 2 successes. No. Only 1 success.
No, a 3 is also a success, and that's a perfect success. So you two managed to clear up the left arm in record time.
Yay!
I want to say the dragon mite infestation is now gone.
Sweet.
All mites have fallen off into the cloudy abyss below.
This reminds me of living in like student housing.
Not unlike bed bugs.
I don't know. Maybe we can
I'm
call
idly
it.
wondering if we can sell this stuff to the other dragon people. We can help them
solve
clear
their problem. Although it sounds like from what Kaz said, it's actually not a huge problem there. They know how to handle it.
Yeah. Do you mean selling the mites or selling the salve?
Yeah, we'll sell the mites to evil mayors who want to sabotage political opponents. And we'll sell the spray to everybody else.
Well, that sounds like a job well done. It sounds like we solved the problem of the dragon.
Yep. I bet the dragon is happy for us, but there's still, or maybe there isn't still like a mayor thing to handle.
Well, I mean, we know the mayor's crooked, but then
Yeah, we can't exactly arrest him ourselves or anything like that.
we have no proof. If they were so freaked out that like they needed this to win, then if we just let things go, then perhaps they will lose.
Yeah, I guess like since we are not in a situation where their opponent would have been like gotten into a scandal about this yet, like that was only an upcoming thing, then we probably don't need to do much else
Yeah.
because kind of like we don't need to fish them out of the troublesome situation because we prevented one from happening in the first place.
Yep.
So, I might be doing a bit of a retcon here, but I want to do it anyway, just to make it a bit more obvious where I'm going next. So this entire time that the mites have been feasting on the dragon's wings, there's kind of been like a low rumble across the dragon,
Mm.
like as if you could tell there was some pain or discomfort to the dragon, but not enough to be considered a full quake.
Mhm.
Those were just every now and then. The rumble isn't heard anymore.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's like when you started talking about that, Boba pondered maybe we should try to have an audience with the dragon or something to kind of report what has been going on and ask about the wing pain if that has changed.
Oh, you want to go meet up with the dragon?
Boba suggests doing that.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Is Butts still at the town square
I suppose
at the current moment?
Yes, I suppose so. That or Butts has gone back to their workshop to tinker with whatever.
Well, the moment that Boba and Binkley finish up the spraying and the rumbling ends, the mayor runs out of his office out into the town square going, "What have you done?
And I
The
say-
rumbling stopped."
I'm like, well, you saw me standing right here. I don't know anything.
You and your team were the only ones that knew about the wings.
I don't know about wings. You said wings plural. I told you I only looked at one.
Looks very
I think
frustrated.
Boba would actually
He goes
be
back
about
into
to
his
tell-
office.
Like, I think Boba would start actually tell about the whole situation. Just like there was actually this kind of infestation in the wings, and we handled it. But I wonder, like, do the others hush me up or something?
Well, you're not even with me.
Yeah, this is just Butts by
Oh,
herself.
I
in
thought we
town square.
arrived at the same place. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't. Well, I guess we could try telling the mayor everything we know.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped too far ahead already.
Oh, it's okay.
So
Yeah, no, the rumbling would have stopped the moment that you two finished spraying the last mite off.
Oh, okay,
And when
yeah,
that
sorry.
rumbling stopped is when the mayor would have run out to confront the only person he knew that he had divulged the plan to.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Even if he can tell I'm lying, he
He's
ain't
a
got
pretty
shit on
rookie
me.
who kind of put two and two together.
I know he's lying. He knows I'm lying, but neither of us have shit on the other. That's what it seems like to me.
That's exactly correct. So yeah, I guess at this point, if you want to go check in with the dragon to see how the dragon's doing, you can all head on over there.
Yeah.
I guess we meet up with Butts and then like, yeah, let's go talk to the dragon. This seems like a good time.
Yeah. And on the way, I can tell them everything that I learned.
The mayor sweat how many gallons of water?
Yes, they seem to be up to no good, but we have no proof, which means we don't have the smoking gun to like get them ejected.
Well, hopefully the situation will handle itself.
Yeah, that said, yeah, if
Nevertheless.
the dragon.
Take one of the dead mites with us. It says like mayor was here. Spray paint on its butt.
I mean, if the dragon's feeling better, then I'd say we'd call that done and dusted. Because like, if he felt like he needed to do this to win, then he's probably gonna lose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
And then we if he wants to stir up trouble, we just like, well, we'll just tell the Dragon Island police that you mited it on purpose.
And you know, I was in town square. There were witnesses. They didn't see me doing nothing. He got nothing on me.
Well, you
Boba
all
realizes that opening up a dojo will be much easier if the dragon is actually alive and not falling down from the sky.
yes. So you all do arrive at the head of the dragon, and you've exchanged what happened along the way.
Yes.
And you all land your mechs and head up to the top of the head of the dragon. And it opens up both of its eyes wide. And remember, its head is so big. You're standing directly on top, one eye to your left, one eye to your right. Go ahead and say to the dragon what you would like.
Yep. If no one else says nothing, then Boba would be like, "Hey, oh great dragon, we located the source of your pain. Hopefully, it was these little bugs, and we removed them. How do you feel?"
The dragon pauses. And then goes, "My wings no longer sting.
Hooray!
Thank you." And slowly shuts its eyes, returning to its sleepy flying nap it once was in.
Hooray! Good job, team.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's the end of your adventure here.
Woo!
A nice little epilogue.
Okay.
Part 2,
All
the
the-
former mayor's revenge.
All the events took place a week out from the elections. And when the elections rolled around, the mayor's plan of attempting to frame Kaz for bringing mites over from Cuckoo failed. Kaz actually won in the slightest of margins, 51 to 48. And Kaz became the new mayor of Kiki.
The old mayor reincarnated as a dragon mite.
Awesome. Good job, team.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you did it.
Thanks for that campaign, DH.
Yeah,
no
thanks
problem.
for DMing.
I'm glad we brought that to a close.
Yeah, it had been brewing for quite some time.
Yes, yes. And thank you for putting up with my overcomplicating of the issue.
Thank you for not minding me railroading it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fine.
that's sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to
have
realize I was asking the wrong things, but I was trying to... what I misunderstood was what I thought that if the bluff succeeded, that would cause the mayor to slip up.
Spill the beans.
I didn't realize that was just me not bombing out.
Yeah, the extra complication I had was that the mayor did want the mites discovered, but not right away, but close to election time. To both frame his opponent and go, "Don't worry, I will be able to get rid of these mites, not my opponent here who brought them upon you."
He's very mighty.
Right. Yeah, it feels like we kind of had the correct idea from an early stage, but at least for me, a part of the issue was kind of like not being certain how much we need to do in order for things to be handled in a happy way, like whether we need to actually bring the mayor stuff into people's attention or if we need to dig deeper. So the railroading was welcome. And I remember thinking during the first session a year ago that it feels like things could go in so many different directions that some railroading also feels nice in that it means that we won't be able to just putter around doing something completely inconsequential for 3 hours before actually going where things are relevant.
I felt like it was a pretty well designed campaign as much as it was only when I started fucking up at the end that we required railroading.
I personally am delighted that we hit most of the locations that I had devised. I think the only spots were just the right shoulder had a library.
Oh.
And then the upper back also had shops and town residences. But
very nice.
Other than that, all the spots were hit. Everybody quickly went from A to B and followed all the plot points, which for a D&D game is one of the best things that you can have happen.
Yeah.
So that was
Not
a great
Very
campaign.
high level of DM success, for sure there. Cause
that makes me want to play more TTRPGs with y'all at some point.
I feel that I'll be a better TTRPG player at times when I don't have a headache at the same time, but it happens.
Well,
It's
thank
an
you for joining us
unfortunate
anyway.
reality of life.
Thank you for soldiering through that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
And I guess with that, we can bring this to a close. So that concludes the live stream of these games. Coming up will be the judging stream and announcement of winners. That is likely to stream Saturday night, but stay tuned for more concrete announcements. Voting for community choice will remain open until right before the judging stream begins. So vote if you haven't already for your picks for community choice. And thanks for watching. That's all I've got. So we can go on down the line and say our goodbyes and then wrap this up.
Okay.
Any final words approaching infinity?
Not too much there. Just the games were pretty cool. It's always fun to see how I guess hard people go on the tabletop stuff. I think they're really interesting. Like they're neat ideas. Some of these also I start thinking like, if it was even a little automated, like it might be like it would just be really cool to play. Like sometimes like they're great bases for video games. I guess is what I'm getting at. I think sometimes like I start thinking immediately like, oh, this would be cool if it, like we had a board that played did some of the fiddlier bits like kind of for you. But yeah, that's just kind of how the standard tabletop to video game translation. But in any case, it was fun to play them. I'm glad to have taken a look.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed all the submissions to the jam so far, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming judging stream where we can hand out some nice little awards from them.
Nice big words about them.
Ooh.
Yeah, same for me. It was I appreciate that people actually do make also board game entries for these gems, because that's a world that is mostly and like largely unfamiliar for me, and it's very interesting to see kind of like how designing a board game compares to designing a video game, because there are some obviously some similarities, but also some really clear differences in kind of like what kind of pitfalls there can be and what to consider and how to approach the design. So it's cool to see, and also nice that we like Shibania set up this stream that we can also like actually playtest them and see them in action instead of them being just PDFs for people to read. So thanks for that.
Awesome. Well, we'll see y'all during the judging stream. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
See y'all. Have a good one.